Hi, my name is Jenica Salyards, and I have been asked to make this video to talk to you about how to use Zoom. I'm going to talk with you about it in two different ways. One is for using it just for sacrament meeting, and the other is to use it to attend a meeting, like either a priesthood meeting, Relief Society meeting, or an activity, or anything like that. Sacrament meeting is actually the easiest way to participate in it, because when you watch, you're just watching sacrament meeting like you would watch a general conference. You're not interacting with anybody like you would be with like Relief Society meeting or priesthood. Um, and so I'll talk about that first. But before we get into that, I want to talk about what Zoom is. Zoom is just a way on the internet for people to see each other's faces and to talk back and forth to each other. And it's available on any kind of internet capable device. So if you have a Kindle that can connect with the internet, certainly a smartphone, a desktop computer, a laptop, any kind of a tablet that can connect to the internet, anything at all that connects to the internet, you can use Zoom on. And most of the time when you want to use Zoom, you know it's a meeting that you've been invited to participate in, because you'll usually receive an email with a link. And so I have this email right here I'm pointing to with my mouse, if you can see my mouse moving on the screen back and forth. This is from Brother Bill Polson, and he sent this sacrament meeting link. And obviously I would click on the email, and there's the link. Now if I click on this link, and I've never used Zoom before, it will usually take me to some place where I can download the Zoom app. And if I click on my link, I've already downloaded the Zoom Labs app, so you won't see a place to do that. But yours should take you someplace where you can download the Zoom app. If you're using something like a Kindle, it will take you to the Google Play Store to download the app, but your Kindle will not allow you to do that because it doesn't work with the Google Play Store. You will have to go to the Amazon store and download it from there. I do want to show you, however, if you go to the Google Play Store or wherever to download it, I'm just going to type in Zoom in my browser. And here you can see it brought up Zoom right at the very top. And I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take me into the Zoom that I've downloaded. And I'm showing you this page because I want you to see, oh, it looks like it's not quite all in my screen. Let's see if I can move that over a little. Probably not. That's okay though. You can see the end of the Z. O-O-M. It's all lowercase. I'm going to click back once because you can see it over here on the side. Z-O-O-M, you can see it's blue, and that's the one that you want to download, and it should be free. If it's one that tells you it's Zoom Pro or any kind of other things than that, then that's not the right one to download. It should have this kind of logo on it, either with the blue with the white around it or the white with the blue around it, but that's what it should look like. Once you have that downloaded onto your device, whether you can do it directly to the link or whether you need to go hunt it down in the store, that's app store that's compatible with your device, then you are good to go. You shouldn't have to do anything else. If you don't know how to do that, you are welcome to contact me. My phone number is 208-377-9933, and I will put that in the email that comes with this YouTube video. And also my son, who is Caleb Salyards, he is currently Elder Salyards. He's working as a service missionary for the church. He is specifically working with computer IT help desk for the church. So he's very versed on these things, and he's helped a couple of other people set up their Zoom devices, and he's really good at doing that. And he's happy to come over wearing a mask to help set up your device. If you're afraid to have people in your home, you can always leave your device on the doorstep after he texts you that he's there, so he doesn't even need to interact with you directly. Like, we can set it up in some ways so that it feels good and safe to you. But just call us. He can even maybe walk you through it over the phone. Anyway, I have set up a Zoom meeting with my daughter, Aubrey. She's going to help us out today so you can see what it looks like when you go into a Zoom meeting. So I don't know why it's sending that this is a phishing thing, because I know my daughter sent this to me. So I've got my link down here Occasionally when you click on your link, depending on your device, sometimes it'll ask you to also send in a password, and if that's the case, you can just go back to this email and highlight the password and copy it and then paste it in the password thing. You don't need to memorize it, or if it's easier for you, you can write it down on a piece of paper and type it in directly that way, but I like to copy and paste it while I'm on the screen in case I need it. I don't usually ever need it, but some people do. So when you click on it, this is what you're going to see pretty much every single time. If you're on a phone, it's going to be a much smaller screen, obviously. But this is just asking if we want to go into the Zoom meeting. And of course, the answer is yes, we want to go in this meeting. This is where you want to click. You don't need to worry about clicking down here. I think that's usually where it takes you, and sometimes you need to use the password down there. So don't click on the big blue one and the white. Click in the black field. And here I go. Hi. So now you should be able to see my face, and it always asks, do I want to join with video? Well, if you are wanting to attend a sacrament meeting, you could join without video, because nobody needs, as a matter of fact, to be polite to everybody in the sacrament meeting room, they don't want to see your face, because they will be able to see your face if you join with video, if you have a webcam available to you. So it's better to join without video if you are doing this to attend sacrament meeting. If you are doing this to attend a Relief Society meeting or a Relief Society activity, it's better to join with video if you have the capacity to receive video. I have a web camera set up on my PC. This is how I'm doing this. Certainly if I was using a phone or a laptop, a camera would be built in, and that's what I would use. However, if you are someplace where you are not wanting people to see your surroundings, you got 1 hour of sleep, you still want to go to the meeting, but you certainly don't want anyone to see your face today, then feel free to join without video, even in a Relief Society meeting or activity, because we would much prefer that you were here than not here. So don't feel like you have to join with video, even for those. And like I said, if it's a sacrament meeting, please join without the video. So I'm going to click join with video. And it says, please wait. The meeting host will let you in soon. And she let me right in. She does that on her end. Whew, that's a weird narrow bar. Okay, here we go. I'm going to click join. Hello, Aubrey. I'm going to click join with computer audio, because I want them to be able to hear me, which you can do. Now, oh, I wish I had made that a little bit bigger. I'm going to narrow my screen just a little bit. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, let me spread my screen out a little bit. I'm sorry. There we go. You can see down here that there is a couple of buttons that are really, really important. This one down here is your mute and unmute button. This is what allows people to hear you or not hear you. And when you come on to most meetings, it's automatically muted for you most of the time. Sometimes it's not, so you always want to check it. You can look for it down here. Also look in the square of where you see your face, and it'll have your name here, and it looks got the microphone with the crossed out sign, because I am muted. Now if I unmute, oh, I've also got this stop video. This does not mean that it's going to stop your Zoom meeting. This means whether or not you can see my face. If I click this button, then all you can see is my name, which is really convenient if I have children come in and start interrupting me in the middle of a meeting, and I really don't want them to see me turning around and talking to my kids. I'll just pause my video for a little bit while I take care of that, or if I want to duck out and go to the bathroom in the middle of a meeting, I can just turn off my audio and go, and I don't feel like I'm being rude because they can't see me. I'm going to unmute myself. Aubrey, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay. We're in the same room, so it's going to be a little echoey. But you can see that there's a conversation, there's back and forth. Notice when I move my mouse back and forth between these two screens, I have another option to mute and unmute up here, besides just this button down here. They do the same thing. The reason for this is muting and unmuting is perhaps the most important part of any Zoom meeting, because if you have multiple people trying to talk at the same time, then it gets really noisy and really confusing really quickly. Again, if you're just wanting to participate in sacrament meeting, both of these need to be off, because you're just going to want to see this big screen, which is going to be a picture of the chapel. And the best thing about this is you got over here, this says speaker view. This takes this off of the Brady Bunch style, which is what I call this, because if there were more people, they would all be stacked up like the big giant Brady Bunch grid. And your screen would proportionally, let me take off, I want to show you with my hands. Your screen would be proportionally smaller with more and more people on here till it gets to like pretty small. And that would be fine. But if you only want to see the speaker and you're on blank, you can click this and it changes the view. So all of the listeners are up here on the top, and the main speaker, the host of the meeting, is right here in the center. And if for some reason they're not on the center, then, oh, there's a way you can put them in the center. You can pin them. Where is that? You can unmute and tell us.
To pin the video, you can click on the three dots. Is it echoey? No? Okay. You can click on the three dots at the corner of the video, and it gives you an option to pin the video.
See, and I'm not seeing my dots come up.
Might be because I'm already in the center.
Okay. All right, you can mute. So I'm going to put this back in gallery view just so you can see my face. This is the three dots that she's talking about here. It's right next to this mute and unmute. So these three dots are really helpful if you're participating in a meeting. Again, if you're in sacrament meeting, none of this matters. It's telling me that I'm muted, which is good because it can hear that I'm trying to talk and that it's muted. That's what Zoom will let you know if you've been doing it for a little bit. But of course, you guys can hear me because I'm just screencasting this. Often it will also have like a yellow highlighter bar around the person that's speaking to let you know who's speaking. And I don't see that showing up on my screen right now, but I'm pretty sure that's because there's only 2 of us on there. Aubrey, do you want to invite Aaliyah to attend so we can see what it's like with 3 people? Okay. She's going to go and grab my other daughter, who we also invited to this meeting. You can see what it's like with more people. Again, sacrament meeting's the easiest. Video's off, mute is on, because you want to be muted. So this is X'd, this is X'd. You just hit speaker view, you're in the middle, you're good to go, you're done. And you just listen to it. And when the meeting is done, all you have to do is go down and click leave. If you accidentally click it, it lets you double click it to like make sure that you actually want to leave the meeting, which I don't, so I'm going to click cancel. And here comes Aaliyah, and you can see she's over here. Now, back in this view again, if I click my 3 buttons, not only does it give me another chance to mute and unmute, it can also stop my video so that you can see my face or not see my face. And it also gives me a chance to rename. Sometimes the name that shows up on your screen right there is not the name you want to show up. It has a default name on there, or it doesn't tell anybody who you are, and you can just simply click on renaming that and put down whatever name you want to have. And if you have it remember my name for future meetings, you only have to do it once. And then Aubrey's has one too. That tells me chat and pin video. If I click pin video, it means that her face will always be in the center. Now that we have 3 people, you can see that because I'm talking, I have the yellow frame around my screen. So, Aaliyah, can you say hello? Unmute. Can you unmute and say hello, Aaliyah? Can you hear me? I'm on mute on the call. Hi, Aaliyah. Can you unmute for just a second so we can see what it's like when you talk? Thank you, Aubrey.
Hi.
So notice her screen lights up because she was talking, and then when she was done, it stops. So that's this is the Brady Bunch view. Like I said, if it was speaker view, then the last person who spoke stays in the middle.
Just fine with that hand.
And then when I start speaking, it should put my face to the middle. Because I'm me. Oh, because I'm going to stay up. Because I'm me, so I'm one of these other people. So you unmute, Aubrey.
So when I start talking, I should go in the middle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's me and it's my screen, it's not going to ever put me as the speaker in the middle because I already know who I am. Some people like to keep themselves black because they don't like to watch themselves in their screen the whole time they're doing the movie. It drives the meeting, it drives them crazy. I just want to show one more feature that I think you'll be really interested in. Down here, they've got this chat box. If I have something that I want to say, like, hi Aaliyah, so nice to see you. Everybody can see this. And it's a great way to have conversations on the side in the meeting. And I know that sounds rude, but the way that that would work in like a Relief Society meeting is there's the person who's giving the lesson, which might be me, like on Sunday, because I'm the Relief Society teacher, is I would ask a question, and let's say you don't have a way to unmute yourself because you're talking from your PC and you don't have a microphone, or for whatever reason you can't get your microphone to work and you're just listening. You can make comments in the chat message on the side. Also, if you're one of those people that has thoughts and you don't want to say them out loud, but you're happy to type them, then go right ahead, because that would be a great way to participate. Maybe that's more comfortable for you than making a comment out loud, and you don't need to wait for the speaker to be done speaking before doing that. Yes, and that's where I was going to do this. Notice this one says privately, thank you Aubrey, on the side. So you can actually privately message people as well. There's this to button, and it lists everybody in the call, and so you can privately message somebody this way. You can make sure it's to everybody. You can also go up here to her 3 dots and click chat up there, which will just privately chat to her. So there's different ways you can do that. Again, the chat button is a great way to talk to people. And if I don't want to see it, I can close it out because I find it distracting. And that's about all you need to know to use Zoom that I can think of. Like I said, when you're done, you can just leave the meeting. Probably some etiquette to know is unless you are actively making a comment, it is best to leave yourself on mute all the time. Ambient noise happens around you, and sometimes we aren't even aware of our ambient noises because we're so used to them. Examples of this are like dogs kind of yipping or scratching or making little noises in the background. And we're just so used to it that we don't even hear it anymore. But the way the microphones work is they pick up all of those little sounds and they amplify them. So it's really, really loud and really distracting to the people that are trying to listen to the meeting. So you may think to yourself, oh, there's nobody home but me, and there's no ambient noise. I don't have dogs, I don't have cats, so I can just leave my microphone off. Well, as soon as you pick up a piece of paper and start moving it around, or you start, every time you shift in your seat, even just like that, it makes a creak, it's going to bring the attention to you. And let me show this. Aubrey and Aaliyah, let's see, can you take yourselves off of mute?
You're still on mute.
Can you guys still take yourselves off of mute for a minute? You don't need to say anything.
Is that a good example?
That's a really good example.
Aaliyah,
what's going on with you?
Nothing.
Is there
Is there anybody else up there?
People opening fridges, but
so
you can hear the little.
You
You guys should mute it again.
Already annoyed.
hear the little bangs and the rattles and stuff that are going on around in the background when she unmuted, and every single time she does that, it's going to put that yellow frame around her screen, even if she's not saying anything. Just any little sound will like suddenly bring her to like the speaker view for anybody who's using speaker view and make her the center of attention. And that's why it's so crucial to stay on mute unless you would like to make a comment. And oh shoot, there was something else I was going to say. If you want to raise your hand and say something in a meeting, people do this. They actually like raise their hand and people call on them. That's a very social convention that works online too. But if you move your mouse down to the bottom, these do go away, by the way. Sometimes they'll disappear if you haven't moved your mouse in a while. All you have to do is wiggle your mouse and they'll come right back up again. Don't panic. They're still there. You just need to wiggle your mouse a little bit. If you want to make a comment, you can use these emojis. Often, if you want... Oh, how do you raise your hand? Do you remember? There is a raise your hand. It's only on the phone? Okay. Alright. My daughter says that the raise your hand feature is only on the phone, and I'm not on my phone, which is why I can't see it on here. There's a button you can push that lets you, like, it just basically shows a hand in front of your screen. I don't know why you would want that. I just think that's weird, but you can just actually raise your hand if you want to talk, and then people will call your name, and then you can unmute and talk. I know sometimes they let you just push your space bar. If you push your space bar down and hold it, it automatically unmutes you as well. And then when you let go, it's like a walkie-talkie. It stops you from recording. So I love that. To me, it reminds me of the walkie-talkie, of like where you push the space bar down and it unmutes you, and when, as soon as you let go, it mutes you again. So I think that's about all you need to know about Zoom. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and call me. Again, my number will be in this email, I hope. Certainly my son's will be on there for you to contact him. And don't hesitate, even if it's a small question, go ahead and call us. It's not super tricky. And again, it's really nice to see people's faces. Thank you very much, and I hope this was helpful. Goodbye.